Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts, Jim Brooks and Joe Serby, along with Thunderwolves head coach, Philip Veal.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. It is the Pack Football Show. Jim Brooks along with Joe Serby, the head coach, Phil Veal. We've got Messrs. Scipio and Retzlaff with us as well here tonight.
Nation's leaders in the house and on the air with us tonight. Coach is just sitting here beaming. Love that. I thought he was beaming for me and Jim, but
always for you guys. I see these guys too much.
He comes and he looks at me, and at least he's a lot more friendly to me than Risto was. I've known Risto about as long as Jim, maybe as longer, but Coach Veal is a nice guy. He comes to Pueblo and he's real respectful. He hasn't got to know us enough to shoot us down publicly yet. He will privately, of course.
Give it time,
because I think we're about 2 more games away from that, and we'll be, but you only tease the ones you love, right?
Exactly.
If he didn't say anything to you, then he wouldn't love you, and you wouldn't respect you. So,
all right, got my technical problems out of the way there, Joe. So
hey,
I'm back.
I was filling air with glory.
I know you did a good job there
with our guests.
That's right. Well, I have no idea what you just told them.
I just said that
we were just talking about you.
Yeah, recap. Give me a last-minute recap.
The last-minute recap is we got nation's leaders and a coach beaming with pride.
Well,
he's like the proud father of 2 of the best players in college football right now, and we have a lot to talk about because we had a little bit of a crazy game last week, and we got a little game Saturday. Probably the best game in Division 2.
Just a little game.
Probably the best game in Division 2 on Saturday here at the Thunderbolt.
Now, before we talk about that game, let's rehash this game, shall we? Phil, I know you want to relive it all with Jim and Joe here as we have our opinions about
it.
Look,
he suddenly got indigestion.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
And you won.
I'm good.
That was, when you fall behind like that after one play from scrimmage for them, you go 3 and out and they hit a play for a touchdown. You're going, oh, man, could this be that kind of night? I'm sure you had to be wondering, what have we got ourselves into, or were you just had a little quiet confidence?
No, I knew we were going to be all right. This team is, if nothing else, is resilient, and there's been a lot of things that have happened since the ending of last year, through spring, through summer, through fall camp, that just the resiliency of this team that, we have a saying, near perfect. It doesn't matter what it is.
It was a near perfect start.
It was a near perfect start. And they just battled, and I knew that they were going to, And obviously, you don't want to start a game like that. It's not ideal, but again, I think they handled it well, and they go down and score, and very next play offensively, Reggie does the rest. So,
well, let's then the other weird play. We had a lot of weird plays in the game. The blocked extra point.
Yep.
Return
following
for a 2-point conversion.
Scores.
Yeah, that's
so all of a sudden you're like, hey,
you get it to 7-16. It's going to be tied, and then they roll down and convert a 2-point conversion. It's 9-6, and then you got to kick the ball to them.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty crucial that you guys on defense. If they go down and score again, there off of that, it feels like another turnover, and things can be rolling. But you guys, the defense settled down after that.
Yeah, I mean, really, that was kind of what we were preaching on the sideline. Is like the only way they're going to score on you is with the trick play. So. Let's go. Settle in. Let's go do our job. And defense played phenomenal all night long. Gets a really good offense.
Well, big thing, again, was stopping the run. They had a couple, a decent run here and there, but for the most part, you guys really shut them down on the ground
I think
game.
It was 2.4 yards per carry, I think, on Saturday. When you're going up against a team like that, if you can make them one-dimensional, no matter who it is, it makes it difficult, And they were getting after the quarterback all night. Sip had 4 sacks that night, obviously, and there was a lot of guys that were applying pressure, and DBs were covering well down the field, and gave our offense an opportunity to put some points on the board. And defense put on points on the board, which is awesome,
too. And Permian Basin had size, right? They had size. They had speed. They had as good
a playoff team.
Yeah, they won the Lone Star Conference last year. A lot of those guys back. So it was sort of like we knew it was going to be a good game. We knew it was going to be a physical game. It's kind of fun to watch after everybody kind of settled in. Let you guys – defense kind of pinned their ears back, and then the offense did its thing. So it was really fun to call. We were like, hey, this is kind of fun. We were having a great time in the booth until about 2:57 to go in the first half.
No doubt. But again, I think that just goes to show the resiliency of this team. We're up, we go into a weather delay, and they've got the ball 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line, and we're going for an hour and a half, and again, these guys just answer the bell. They come out, and you're thinking, okay, as a head coach, you're like, okay, we gotta hold them to 3 points here, because it's going to end. The half is coming up soon, and with the hour and a half delay, we're only going to take a 3-minute halftime, quote unquote halftime, and so the momentum swing could be huge. It could be really, really big if that doesn't go well. And as you know, in college football, momentum is
everything.
It's a lot. It's hard to overcome sometimes. And, you're thinking, okay, let's hold them to 3 points, and we hold them to 0.
It couldn't have started any better. I mean, that was – you and I talked right after the game. That was probably the key to the game, I think. I mean, the way it turned out and everything, but there was a lot that happened after that. But to me, that series was the key of the game.
I agree. I think, they thought they were going to come out and score and have some new life, and defense just smothered them.
Would you call it a reset? You thought they were going to reset.
Well, in theory, they could score there, and they still have their timeouts. They could shut you down, get it. I mean, it could have all snowballed in a hurry.
Yeah,
but
they got the ball back in the second half.
Right, it was with a 3-minute halftime. So it was like it could have – but these guys, the defense, they did their job again.
They did.
Let's walk us through the mechanics of a rain delay like that. I'm sure you're getting updates, but there's really no set time when it's going to start up again. So tell us about what you did during that hour and a half. What was the first 20 minutes like, 30 minutes, 45? When did you start to get, there's only so much talking you can do and strategizing.
Yeah.
What do you walk us through what you did?
Yeah. So we as soon as we came off the field, I just asked the official, okay, if this delays for longer, which it looks like it's going to according to the radar, what's the plan for halftime? And he's like, well, we need to agree on it with the opposing team, but I'm thinking 3-minute halftime. I'm like, perfect. That sounds great. And so went into the locker room, and we got, we had a bunch of snacks for the guys.
You guys have some food?
Yeah. And, we always have snacks for them out of practice anyways. And so we always have snacks for halftime as it is. So we took all the snacks we usually use for practice and brought them into the locker room. And, my message to them was very similar to the message that Pastor Mike gave us in our chapel. He was talking about finishing and how men, when, one of the most important things that men can do is when they say they're going to do something, they're going to finish it. And so I told these guys, I said, there's no coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. And, all the adversity that we had through fall camp, through some travel, even last week on Tuesday in the morning, we practice every morning, and it has never rained in the morning while we practice since I've been here. And Tuesday morning, it was pouring. And I told the guys, I was like, man, if you don't think that the favor of the Lord is on this team, you're got another thing coming to you, because we got an opportunity to practice in the rain, knowing it was going to rain Saturday night when rain was not in the forecast all week long.
Right.
And so just the message was finish, and then we broke up and obviously talked through some scheme and what we're seeing and how we need to adjust and attack. But mainly it's about us finishing the game and finishing it well. And these guys answered the bell.
What about you guys? Talk to us a little bit about how you individually handled that break in the action. You're hot, things are going well. Reggie, tell us a little bit about how you handled it mentally.
So originally we kind of just went in the locker room where we were just talking in the locker room, waiting to get word of what was going to happen. And then at some point, me and Zach Rakowski look at each other, we're like, can we go on our exercise bikes in the weight room, which is the benefit of it happening to us at home. And so we had all of our stuff. And I walk out. I don't know which coach I exactly talked to, but I go upstairs. I'm like, can me and Zach go to the exercise bike? They're like, yeah, go ahead. Go stay warm. Do what you got to do to keep your body ready to go, because we don't know when we were going to go. And then I think with about 10, 15 minutes left, someone came and grabbed us from the weight room, came back into the locker room. Kind of as a team, we all got mentally prepared again. And as a team, we came back out on the field, and it felt a lot like a lot of the adversity we had the coaching staff that put us through all throughout fall camp and all throughout the spring, and all the dirty dozens and stuff like that, which really did prepare us extremely well for any type of adversity we're going to face.
That's what I always tell these guys. It's our job as coaches to put you through adversity. Your response is something that can be trained, right? And so we always tell them it's our job to make it as hard on you as possible. So
what about you, Sip? How'd you spend that time?
Well, first first of all, I took it as a blessing. You know, it was much needed.
There we go.
Yeah, it was much needed for me because I needed to hit a little costume change. I had blown out one of my sneakers, so one of my cleats, so I really needed it. But yeah, so I first got with the guys, and you know, I was thinking about it. They were talking about, you know, maybe hopefully 30 minutes, but might go longer, and it was about an hour and a half. So once I could feel that it started stretching out, and I could see that, you know, maybe intentions were getting a little lost. You know, I told you guys, like, on the other sideline, they think they have a second chance. You know, they think they played half a game. They have all the time in the world to scheme us up and to, you know, really attack the things that they're seeing. And I just told the guys, you know, stay locked in. And, you know, there was no flinch from us. Like you guys said, they came out and they hit a big shot on us. And we knew that they had all the talent in the world to do it at any given play. So we had to stay on top of our game. And our coaches really took a lot of our input into what we were seeing out there, and they told us what they were seeing, and you know, I think it all just meshed together and really helped us out. So
now, can you guys sense that the second were they? Could you hear it from them, or was it just like in an innate sense? You know, like, well, we could feel it, or could you hear them?
Yeah, it just comes from playing a lot of ball. Like if I was I put myself in their shoes.
Okay.
If I'm on the other sideline, you know, we have an hour and a half, and we just played half a game. You know, man, let's get going. You know, bite down, but. So that was just something that I had felt, sensed, and you know, wanted to get these guys going, maybe who haven't been in that position. So.
Well, and you guys are older upperclassmen. Do you worry about? Did you try and keep the guys from expending all their emotion and adrenaline and not getting too amped too soon? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I know on the offensive side, like we told guys to go sit down, get off your feet, try and relax a little bit, and just try and keep our emotions in check. Because we knew at some point football's an emotional game, and it takes a lot out of you. And we had played an entire half, and we didn't know when we played basically an entire half.
Yeah.
And we didn't know when we were going to go out and finish that. And we didn't know what was going to happen the rest of the game until about 20 minutes before we went out. And so we, as the leaders on the team, we kind of just tried to keep everybody calm. And then because we knew once we stepped back on the field, the energy was going to go right back up. Because energy's never been an issue with our team, whereas we're extremely competitive, and you can see it in our practices and stuff like that. And so when we got back out on the field, we just reiterated the focus that is about us. Like all week, we preached that it was about the pack, that we do what we need to do, and we're going to be put in a position to succeed. And really, that we lived it out, and it ended up going in our favor really well.
I was a little worried with the weather delay because they were gassed. I mean, they were tired.
They as in Permian Basin.
Yes. Yeah. And we gave them a lot of time to recover. You know, you don't have that kind of time normally. And so I was, you know, one of the big keys of victory for us was, you know, we train at altitude. We practice fast, you know, and we wanted to use that to our advantage against them. And we did in the first half. You know, we were able to do that. And I was a little concerned with that, you know, coming back out was, okay, you know, did they get their second win now? You know, did they settle down? You know, and again, defense came out and smothered them, and the rest was history.
All right, we got some highlights in the next segment.
Awesome.
We haven't done that with you here this year, but we've Aaron Konitsky's finally got them loaded up, so we got a couple of your touchdowns. I'm looking for one of your sacks. We're going to send it to him. We'll see if Aaron has it, because, you know, we just save off. The defense, they don't get any glory in our highlights unless you make a pick six or something like that. But I'll see if I can find one of your sacks there, okay, and we'll get that on there. Rustler Implement is your local premier Kubota, Case IH, and New Holland dealer. Please like their Facebook business page for a chance to win one of $200 gift cards and receive all the updates and promotions we are offering. Same name, same family since 1960. Proud sponsor here of the Pack Football Show. Ryan Howard back as well for ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. He's been away for some family issues, and happy to report things are looking brighter. For Ryan, they had the little issue there with some of his family, but he had to go back the last couple of weeks and take care of that. But we're glad to have him back, and we're happy.
He was a long listener.
Yeah,
Saturday night.
Yes, there we go.
He heard
he
it
listened
all.
to the whole thing.
Yes,
huh?
he traveled well with us.
That's cool. Well, we were the long talkers. That's for sure. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Come back and join us. We are on Fox Sports Pueblo.
It's the Marketers Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Minter.
Okay, so we're going to go Cooley, Retzlaff, and then we're going to go to the pick six, and then we're going to go Russell with the touchdown run, and then we're going to do Retzlaff's second touchdown.
iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about Champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising,
Oh, how about
All right,
theory?
Aaron, I'm trying to find. I can't figure out how to get to my files here. They're screwing me around here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You're good.
Let me just.
So we're going to do the Cooley touchdown.
Yeah, we're going to do their touchdown
Then-
first,
Then
and
we're
then
going to do the Retzlaff
Retzlaff, the
touchdown.
first one I sent you. Yes,
Yeah, and then we're going to do the pick six.
pick six, and then we'll do Retzlaff
Russell.
again.
No, Russell would be. Oh, yeah, I guess.
Wasn't Russell's the third? I think Retzlaff had back-to-back touchdowns, didn't he?
Retzlaff was in the. Never mind. So yeah, so we'll go Retzlaff, and then we'll do the Russell touchdown.
Oh, and then come back to the second Retzlaff one.
No. We'll go Retzlaff, or we'll go. Oh shit! Hold on.
Okay.
So Cooley, Retzlaff, pick six, Retzlaff second touchdown, Russell touchdown.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
And then if I can find this other sack, I'll get it here. Can't figure out
This
why.
is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Servy, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Veal.
And welcome back. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. It is the Pack Football Show. Steel City Solar and Roofing is proud to serve Southern Colorado community as a locally owned company. They uphold the values that matter to you. They proudly partner with San Isabel Electric to provide the best solutions for all your energy needs. Alongside Solar and Roofing, they are now your premium Tesla dealer in Pueblo, offering Tesla Powerwalls, batteries, and EV chargers. They can't wait to continue serving their community with the best in energy solutions. Once again, that's Steel City Solar and Roofing, proud new sponsor of the Pack Football Show. Ready to go. Got Phil V. Hill here, Makia Scipio, and Reggie Retzlaff.
Whose brother is the starting quarterback at BYU?
Yes, we were talking about that. That's kind of a proud moment.
It's a lot of fun. It's not very much. It wasn't very much fun Friday night, but it ended up being a lot of fun.
We do Family Friday on Friday nights, where we have all the coaches' families and all the players that are dressing out, and we get all of our meetings done early, and we get together, we cater in food, and we put games on the big screens and projectors, and we have cornhole and everything you can think of, just to fellowship and have fun. And I've never seen Reggie so stressed out as watching his brother play the game. I mean, he could barely even eat. I was like, dude, I've never seen you this nervous ever for your own. He's like, I never get nervous for myself. I only get nervous for my brother. So it was pretty interesting to see.
Younger, 2 years younger.
2 years younger.
His youngest brother is signed here. He's a freshman here. He's a left-handed pitcher, so he's going to be playing for Bobby.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's-
His brother-
You got it all covered.
It's
That's
good
right.
to know people, isn't
That's
it?
exactly right.
It's good to know people.
All right, you ready for some highlights?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. This is not the greatest start to a highlight package. We want to get your thoughts of this first play of the game, what you were feeling. Here we go. Quarterback is Dylan Graham. Ball's on the left hash mark. 1st and 10, no score here. First possession of the game for Permian Basin. They bring a man in motion across the formation. That's Brock Johnson, the tight end. They're going to run a reverse throw back to the quarterback. They're going to look deep. They're going for it. All the man is wide open right down the middle of the field. He's got it in the clear. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Permian Basin. So they go with the trick play, and they hit it for 66 yards and a touchdown.
Everybody bit, and if there's one guy on the Permian Basin team that should never get free, it's Jeremiah Cool.
He is a big dude.
Yes.
And but you guys shut him down after that. But one play, one touchdown, down 7-0. You already talked about it. I said, well, just got to regroup. Little adversity.
Yeah, we talk a lot about forgetting the last play, and the next play mentality. And obviously that's not ideal. You don't want to start that way. And to be honest with you, that was a coaching mistake on our end. We had not talked about switch verts out of palms, which was what we were playing at that time. And there's miscommunication with the DBs, and that's why the guy was so wide open. And so obviously, again, that's not ideal, but next play, whether it was a great play, whether it was a 4th sack or your 3rd touchdown or whatever it was, you move on to the next one and don't let it affect the next. At that time, 58 minutes left of the game.
Well, the best way to forget the last play
Score a touchdown.
is to make a play of your own right here.
Yeah.
Hoskins and Rakowski wide to the left. Retzlaff wide to the right. Dvorak, the tight end, is in this formation. He lines up behind the left tackle. Russell on the left hip of the quarterback, Devin Larson. Takes the snap, takes it in the middle, over the middle, caught by Retzlaff. He's in the clear. 50, 45, 40, 30, 20, foot race, 10, 5, touchdown, Thunderwolves.
Anything you can do, we can do better. Reggie,
I love it.
goes to the house.
And, foot race, it was, but nobody catches you. You notice that?
Yeah.
You take pride in that?
I do. A lot of pride in that. I mean, I get a lot of smack talk from our receiver coach about not being able to run. So that was nice to be able to shut him up a little bit.
He doesn't get caught.
No, and separation speed, sprinter speed.
Never ran track.
But you know how that when you see two guys running and all of a sudden one just kind of pulls away? That's you with the football. Yards after catch. That's not an official stat in Division II, but it should be.
And then we move a little bit further here, and I'm sorry, I went for the wrong photo here. We got to get my highlights that we have in order here. Now, at this point, you know what, Aaron? I think we have. I don't know if I queued this up though. Let's see. Do you have the first interception of the game down the sideline? Not the touchdown, but the first interception. I don't think we queued this one. Yeah, I don't think we queued that one up. That's my fault, Aaron. Now we think about it. So, why don't we just jump ahead? And, Reggie, you did it once. You might as well do it twice. Second touchdown of the night for Reggie Retzlaff.
Same formation here. Take it to Russell. Straight drop back. Oh, right down the middle. He's open. In the clear. Got it. Touchdown. It's the touchdown maker. Reggie.
The touchdown maker.
You got to like that, right?
I do.
That's what all he does, just score touchdowns. He makes other plays. He catches as many passes as you do, but he do catch a lot of touchdowns. And, again, talk about that pattern right down on the post.
Yeah, touchdowns are fun. Domingo Prince always gets on me all the time. He's like, you need more big plays to make it easier on me because I'm tired of our 14-play drives. I just want one play and get off the field.
And, of course, at this point, it's 13-9. You've got a couple of big plays. You've got the lead back. But I think this play really on defense really, I don't know if it gave you a little bit more confidence, but really settled the game down. Plus, it put them behind the 8 ball.
He caught a 35-yarder in last week's game against Western New Mexico. They play action, throw right side. Intercepted! It's going to the house!
Our man, Keith McCaney.
10-5. Touchdown, Thunderwolves. What a play by Keith McCaney. Joey got his opportunity, and he made the most of it.
Again, not a challenge, an opportunity. Keith McCaney, welcome to the Thunder Bowl.
Now, we talked about it in the Pack Football Show last week. We tried to say, hey, you got a big challenge this week. I don't know, what cocky, he was confident. He said, no, it's just an opportunity. And he took advantage of the opportunity.
He's playing so well right now. I mean, he's playing with so much confidence, and he's playing the ball so much better in the air this year than he was last year. He's been a very, very, very bright spot for our defense this year. Proud of Keith, man. He's doing a really good job.
And it's a luxury to have a 6-foot corner.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
he can run, he can jump.
I mean, it's a luxury at any level, but that's a luxury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was awesome. He read it the whole way through. We were in a man coverage right there, and he saw what was happening and jumped that thing, and they ain't catching him. They ain't catching him.
Well, McKee, as a pass rusher, it's got to give you confidence knowing you've got cornerbacks and defensive backs on the back end like that. You say, well, if I don't get there right away, I just keep going for it because they got him covered on the back end. I can make plays late in the sack.
Oh, yeah.
Type deal.
Yeah, for sure. Our front seven has the most confidence in the back end. You know, it's amazing to me to see those guys operate. You know, they're harping on technique. They're watching their film. They have everything broken down to science. It's amazing to watch them work and just how they feed off each other and they bring us so much life. So we have full confidence in them. We just know we have to get our job done to make their job easier, and they get theirs done, get coverage sacks for us. So
Well, Joe, one of your keys to the game for the Thunderwolves was the Thunderwolves had to run the ball a little bit better.
Yeah, of course. We talked about it last week going into this game is getting some ground yardage to one, to get the defense off the field, give them a break, and two, to find some balance. But when Devin's chucking it to Reggie, it's kind of hard to run the ball, Jim.
Exactly, but you know what? Howard Russell,
special.
Phil, when I kind of tell him, he's kind of the ultimate, 2 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards, 50
46,
yards.
yep.
Yeah, and here we go. Here is the big touchdown. I dubbed it one of the greatest runs in Thunderwolves history.
Wow.
Koskis is wide to the left, Rakowski in the slot to the left. They give it to Russell up the middle, bounces it outside, across 45, 40, up the sideline, 35, 30, 25, cuts back inside, 15, 10, 5, to the goal line, touchdown! What a run by Howard Russell!
The dancing machine. High stepping, low stepping, side stepping, touchdown.
That's why I thought, when you look back, we've had some incredible running backs in
have.
CSU Pueblo through the history and had some great runs. But that one had so many different elements, the cuts, the breaking tackles, then powering it on into the end zone. I just thought it was a tremendous run.
Howard's start-stop is so elite. He's able to see things so well. And the thing with Howard that we got to continue to beat into him is it's not every play is a touchdown. Every time he touches the ball, he
thinks it is.
I know it. I'm like, hey, dude, sometimes those 4 or 5 yards, those gritty 4 or 5 is what we need, and he's done a good job of being better at that this year, and obviously being the feature back for us. He's special. He's hard to tackle.
Well, as we kind of made light of it on the run, but he actually did start, high step, and then he slid, and it almost was like he was on skates a little bit. He was so smooth.
I thought he stepped out.
And didn't lose any speed.
It was just incredible. That's why I just said, that's one of the greatest runs I've ever seen.
I told you we had a little bit of fun in the first half, didn't we?
Yeah. It was a lot. That run was insane to watch. It all happened right in front of me.
Yeah.
The thing that you don't
Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Servy, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Veal.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back, ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Steel City Solar and Roofing is proud to serve the Southern Colorado community as a locally owned company. They uphold the values that matter to you. They proudly partner with San Isabel Electric to provide the best solutions for all your energy needs. Alongside solar and roofing, they are now your premium Tesla dealer in Pueblo, offering Tesla power walls, batteries, and EV chargers. They can't wait to continue serving the community they love with the best in energy solutions. Proud sponsor of the Pack Football Show are Steel City Solar and Roofing. Well, Mr. Scipio, we do have a couple of sacks that we found. I know one of them's you. The other one's a bonus sack. It had to be you because every sack's you, right? Okay. Let's go. Sack number 1.
1st and 10. Empty backfield here. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure off the edge. Looks like they're holding him. He is taken down at the 40-yard line. Boy, they were holding Scipio coming off that edge. He was still able to get to the quarterback and throw him for a 7-yard loss back to the 39-yard line.
Scipio came from the far side, and Cody Randy came from the near side. Cody kind of went underneath and was kind of clogged up that middle, and Scipio came across the top, collected the sack for a -7.
1st and 10.
So that's not bad. Get a little sack action right there and really set the tone for the ball game. And Phil, I've been biting my tongue, we don't talk about referees. We don't talk about it. I'm under new management in my internal brain. I can't really say what I want to say half the time, but 4 penalties, 20 penalties. And they're holding him off the edge, grabbing him. There was a couple times that I just call it as I see it. I say, well, they're grabbing, they're holding, they're getting away with it. No call. Play goes on. But he still got the set. That's how tough it is. And, and I even mentioned McKee. A couple years ago, I thought, see if you agree, I thought they kind of anointed you as the next big pass rusher at CSU Pueblo. And I thought, I don't know if you weren't ready yet or it's just too much to put on you. But that year kind of struggled a bit. But then last year you came into your own, and this year you've taken it another step further. Would you agree that maybe 2 years ago just was a little overwhelming, but as you've gotten more and more experience, you've become more and more comfortable coming off the edge? Plus, you're stopping the run, too. It's not only just pass rushing. You're more a complete defensive player.
No, I completely agree with what you're saying. A couple of years ago, the scene just looked a lot different. We had different coaches and stuff, and I think in my mind, I was just waiting to see what the team would be, and I know exactly who we are now. I know what our identity is. It was a lot of not soul searching, but figuring myself out and who I needed to be for this team. Because a couple of years ago, like you were saying, man, I had Momar, I had Trey Botts, I had Ike. There was a lot of guys in there that were really helping me out, and getting sacks and pass rushing is not an individual thing. It's a lot of mind games against the O-line, but you really need to be a part of a unit, and that's something I'm really embracing this year. And I just got to give a lot of credit to my guys. They're taking attention off of me so I can make those plays, and I do the same for them. So.
What was it at that point in time, too, in your career, you're probably wondering, well, do I eat myself to defensive end or I lose weight and become a linebacker? Was that even part of the process, or are you saying, you know what, I'm going to be a pass rusher and I'm going to come off the edge?
I think I just got to be me. I just got to be who I am, play to my strong suits, I'm a fast guy, just had to get faster, So
get faster and you're obviously bigger.
Yeah.
It's a good combination.
Yeah.
Well, Sip has done a really good job of putting on good weight. I mean, since we've been here in the last 2 years, I mean, he's done a very good job of putting on good weight. And I mean, I think in the
I'm going to adopt that, Joe. I got too much bad weight. I need good weight.
I got good weight.
Well, I mean, in the spring he was, close to 240, and he ran a high 4.5, low 4.6.
Wow.
I mean, he can go. He can move.
He's
probably faster than Reggie.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We're just seeing if you're listening there, Reggie.
I will want to say this about Sip, though, real quick, is I always ask the coaches, early in the season or even in spring ball, give me a couple guys that we're going to be watching. And that somebody whispered in my ear, watch this kid from Harrison. And I was like, well, look at him. Physically, he's a man now when he was just first got here. And so the radar was on a long time ago. Yeah. And now everybody in the country knows who you are. Well, you're on everybody's film now.
Yeah. When I first got here, they gave me a 3X jersey and told me to go play.
So. Come on, Coach Riston. What are we doing?
Right? What? We don't need that, right? All right, we got a bonus sack here. I think it's you, but we'll find out. Here's a bonus sack of the pack.
It's 3rd and 8 now for the Falcons. Ball again right in the middle of the field. Double wide out to each side. Thunder will show they're going to rush 5 here. Now they drop one guy back. They do have pressure on him, and they got him back at the 24-yard line. And again, it's Scipio.
Just an easy call.
You can't block him that long. You try and chip Scipio, keep him away. But when your quarterback tries to scramble like that, Scipio's too fast.
Was that our dime package? That was when you were lined up on the guard.
Mm-hmm.
We have, we again, just trying to create matchups and things of that nature. Coach Foskey's done a really good job of putting our guys in certain spots. But that's another one where, you don't really see it, but guys doing their job to open up him to have a one-on-one with a guard to go get a sack.
Is that the little twist,
yeah.
or is that okay?
Yeah,
it's a little stunt move there. It got him inside, which is usually we used to see him come off the edge, but when you come inside like that, you got to have more of a bull rush mentality, don't you? Or just whatever it takes.
Whatever it
takes. Am I overthinking it? You just say, see quarterback, get quarterback.
Man, be a ball player. Whatever you're strongest at, play to it. Whatever they're weak at, attack it. Just be a ball player.
Yeah, I'm a golfer. I'm overthinking things.
Yeah, Jim's like he's trying to analyze what's going. I was like, as a former reporter, I hated that question. What was going through your mind when?
Yeah.
Nothing. I was trying to kill someone. Leave me alone.
Exactly.
See ball, get ball.
All right. Well, we're going to start the question and answer session here with Uncle Charlie. That's a tradition. Uncle Charlie checking. He's had to be happy. He's down there in Texas, so he was happy with all that. He wants to know any injuries to report. It seems like. Do we need to bring that health issue? But so far, we've been unlike fortunate. Last year, we had a lot of rash of really tough injuries. This year seem to be coming through kind of unscathed so far, without any, except for the preseason problems.
Yeah, really, we've been very fortunate. We've had pretty much everybody that's been around, and obviously there's no such thing as 100% healthy. Talk to these guys all the time that
Bumps and bruises.
After that the first meeting of the year, I tell them this is as good as you will feel all year long.
Was he right?
Mm-hmm.
They're both shaking their heads.
Absolutely.
So we call it in-season healthy. That's what we call it. And but thankfully there's no major injuries.
Well, Uncle Charlie also asked, goes, tough opponent coming up Saturday night. He goes, when's the last time we beat Grand Valley State?
Have not.
Hate to tell you, Uncle Charlie, but haven't got it. I mean, close a couple times.
And
last year was one of the great football games ever. And to lose was tough, but to be a part of it, it was something special.
It was a great atmosphere. It was fun.
I hope we have that atmosphere on Saturday night.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be a great goal, right?
Do we need to label it the Bell game? What do we need to do?
Change the title of it, exactly.
Goodness.
They had 13,000 at their place on Saturday for their opener against.
They also have an enrollment of
20,000.
23,000.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's CU and CSU almost. So.
Yep.
So Uncle Charlie's looking forward to hearing the scouting report, but we'll do that in our next segment. Let's see. We got another question. Now, how big a loss was it for Grand Valley? Some of the people thought. Now, they got a giant loss, the quarterback, Cade Peterson. I mean, that guy is a phenomenal football player, but they tend to reload, don't they? I was just going through the roster. I go, there's a lot of familiar faces from a year ago. They just pick guys here and there and insert them, don't they?
They do. I mean, that's what the good teams do. They keep reloading, and they lost their quarterback. The quarterback they have this year is a stud. I mean, he's extremely athletic, probably more athletic than Cade was last year.
That's saying something.
It is. He's big. He's athletic. He can run. I mean, they obviously want to run the football. You look at their stats from last game. They rushed for over 500 yards.
3 guys for over 100 and 1 guy with 85.
Yeah. I mean, they're talented. They're talented all across the board.
I had a question. I run with a bunch of season ticket holders, and they want to know about Gary Seidenberger. I text you today to find out about that. Why don't you explain that situation?
Yeah, so Gary, after every game, they're going to go and send the clip off for review, and they send it to the.
That's automatic, correct?
It is. Yeah, they send it to the national referee, who essentially he's completely impartial and looks at the clip and determines whether whether it was the right call or the wrong call. They said that it was the right call. They said that the major contact was made to the head or neck area, and so he'll have to sit the first half.
Just a half, though, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I beg to disagree.
Yeah,
when you get two big guys coming together in the middle of the field, I thought the rule for targeting, Phil, see if you agree, that's for the third guy in, lowering his head, spearing somebody. That's what I think targeting initially was. When you got two guys coming together, tackling, and playing football,
it's made it very difficult on defenders.
How do you play?
Because you really – you look at the guys in the NFL, they're like, I would much rather have a concussion than a torn ACL, because that's what's happening now is you're getting less head injuries, but you're getting more season-ending injuries because guys have no option but to go low. And when you're defenseless, whether they're going at your head or they're going at your knees. And so it's made it very difficult. And then I don't know how, as a defender, you're in the middle of a play, able to see where the guy is at and then leverage yourself lower to make sure that, especially if he's going to the ground, how do you do that? I know we need to make the game safe, and I'm all for making it safe. And I think that there needs to be targeting and there needs to be repercussions for that. But it just makes it hard. It makes it hard on defenders.
My whole observation is, how do you see it 30 yards away? The guy's back 30 yards from the play, throws the flag. How does he see that? He must be. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Phil's not going to talk about it.
Yeah, I know he's not going to talk about it. I don't think there's probably a good enough view.
No, there's not.
Of it,
there's not.
See it. How do you zoom in on that and know for sure?
Yeah, it's hard to see. Even from I obviously went back and watched it and watched the wide and the tight, and it's not easy to see. And I didn't think it was a violent hit.
Sure didn't seem like it in
was
real
a tackle.
Time. And the ironic thing is, last year coming back from Rapid City, I was on the same flight with Gary's dad and the white hat from the crew that ejected him. So they had a nice conversation before we got on the plane. And we're in one of those little planes.
Was it actually nice?
And I'm going, okay, wait. The referee's sitting in front of me, and Gary's dad is sitting right here. And we're all in this cramped thing at 30,000 feet. Everybody just be cool. We're all good. But you know what was really good, though, is I don't know who the official was last year, but he explained the situation, and Gary's dad was, thank you for talking to me.
Yeah.
But I think it's ironic that Gary, I don't know if you don't think they have a
They're good
reputation.
people. Yeah, they're good.
But Gary's got 2 in 2 years now.
Yep, he has. He's a good player. He's hard. I mean, he's around
He plays
the ball
hard,
a lot.
yeah. Yep.
You know, like he's around it. You know,
Well,
he's young still.
He'll be fresh.
Yep,
He'll
he
be
will
fresh.
You know what's,
second half.
what's
He'll
crazy?
tap in.
It's really last year. I was talking to him today at practice, and I said, this is very similar to last year, because last year, this game was the game that he came in midway through the game,
That's right.
And that was kind of the coming out party for Gary Seidenberg.
Right. Yeah.
So
guess what?
It was a great
Command
party.
performance.
All right. Final question here comes from Ken. He's down in the Ozarks. Wants to know what player or players have been the biggest surprise or contributor to this season so far after 2 games. Who stood out to you that you thought, well, this guy, he's really surprised me how good he is?
That's a great question.
You want to single out anybody, or is that
no?
That's
a hard question. I mean, honestly, because there's so many guys that are playing at a high level right now. I think I've been very proud of Nigel Mitchell.
Yeah.
I really have been, coming back from the injury. And, he was one guy that honestly I didn't know how he was going to react and respond in games, and because I hadn't seen it yet. And I know the stats haven't shown it, mainly because we had a couple procedural penalties on some of these amazing plays that he's made. But we need to find a way to get him the ball more. And I've been very proud of him and how he's attacked the football and how strong he is with the ball in his hands, and just his attitude and effort that he comes to work with every single day has been awesome to be around.
Yeah, the passion is awesome.
It is.
For that guy. All right. Thanks, everybody, for the questions. We're going to have one final segment. First, we thank Steel City Solar and Roofing. They're proud to serve the Southern Colorado community as a locally owned company. We hold the values that matter to you. We proudly partner with San Isabel Electric, provide the best solutions for all your energy needs. Alongside Solar and Roofing, they now your premium Tesla dealer in Pueblo, offering Tesla Powerwalls, batteries, and EV chargers. You can't wait to continue serving the community of Pueblo with all of your energy solutions. We are at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. We're going to talk about Grand Valley State. That all comes your way next. The Wolves Pack Football Show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Servy, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Veal.
And welcome back. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Final segment of the Pack Football Show here tonight. Brought to you by Rustler Implement. They're your local premier Kubota and Case International Harvester, along with New Holland dealer. Please like their Facebook business page for a chance to win one of 2 $100 gift cards and receive all the updates and promotions they are offering. Same name, same family since 1960. We've also want to wish a very happy birthday here tonight. Greg, happy birthday, one of our proud fans.
Happy birthday, Greg.
Also, John and Georgine, under the weather, usually always with us right over here to the right, but I'm sure they're listening tonight at home. So John and Georgine Kelly have a little illness. Didn't feel like they wanted to come here and spread it around like I have before. You got to work, right? But they were nice to everybody and said, you know what, we'll keep it to ourselves. But hope you guys get well soon. Look forward to seeing you next week. And also, Joey, always want to thank our waitresses. We always thank ThunderZone for hosting it, but Demi is our waitress tonight. Demi, great job.
Nice job, Demi.
Wherever you are, Demi.
There's Demi. Yeah, she's probably bringing food out, not to us.
Floating around somewhere, but we thank everybody here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House for what they do. Well, Phil, time has come. It's Grand Valley State this weekend, and you saw what I saw. You look at those numbers. At 500 yards rushing, that is, I don't care who you are or who you're playing, that's a lot of yards on the ground, and that's got to we got to figure out a way to stop the run. But one thing the Thunderwolves have done this year, they've taken away the run. So I guess it's a battle of wills, isn't it?
It will be a battle on Saturday. There's no doubt about it. To rush for 500 yards the way that they did, they're not a triple option team.
Yeah, it's power. It's downhill.
That's exactly right. And so we're going to have our hands full. There's no doubt about it. But I have a lot of confidence in this team, and I have a lot of confidence in our staff to put our guys in great positions to be successful. And we're going to have to play a clean game on Saturday, which we have not yet done. That's one thing that we've been harping all week long is playing a clean game, and that means getting rid of penalties and unwanted, just unwarranted mistakes. I'm not going to sit here and say that, we deserve some of those penalties on Saturday, and we got to be better there. And so, especially if you're going to play against the number 3 team in the country, one thing we cannot do, and one thing that they never do, is beat themselves, right? And so we've got to make sure that we play clean to give ourselves an opportunity to win this game.
Well, you kind of addressed it. That was a conversation I had with Dr. Plinsky today. We were texting back and forth, and I said, those selfish penalties are the ones I know that drive you the craziest, and the unsportsmanlikes or whatever. I said, CSU Pueblo ranks last in Division II in penalties. And he goes, yeah, we have the top receiver and the top sacker. He's like, I saw those too. But that's something you got to clean up. And as you guys as upperclassmen, they say the best police are the ones in your room. Have you guys talked about that amongst yourselves?
Yeah, I definitely think that we got to do a better job as a team. But one thing that we really have done is come together with goals in mind. So discipline has been one of our words that we go through, and we have team leaders come through and talk about what it means to us, what it should mean to the pack. And this week our word is resilient. So resilience. So relentless. My bad, a little different. Relentless. So I think that just goes along with what we've been talking about all week, and that we just got to keep doing the same, make the right play, and not get out of our character. So we will be prepared.
Yeah, a lot of the penalties we've had is just shooting ourselves in the foot. I know I talked to Nigel all the time about it, and about the game in South Dakota. I'm like, you're the greatest highlights that won't show up on the stats sheet.
Exactly.
And just trying to keep going, taking each day at a time, just stacking good days, and just trying to go 1-0 in every rep. I know we've talked a lot about just taking pride in what we do, and there's no such thing as a small detail. And so we're just trying to stack the good days and keep stacking, and put ourselves in the best position to be successful on Saturday.
Well, Phil, we talk about their offense. They run it downhill, but defensively they're very sound as well, and they're a powerful outfit. It's a physical unit.
It is. It's going to be a physical football game on Saturday. I'm excited to see these two teams play. I really am. And defensively they're a little bit different than they were last year. They're going to be disguising a little bit more than what they did last year from a coverage standpoint. They're going to be doing more simulated pressures than what they did last year. They're doing a lot more movement up front.
Is that because they're settled in now, a year under their belt, you think?
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure, but there's definitely a difference between their style of play on the defensive side this year from last year. And so we're going to have our hands full. And again, I told our guys all week long that we got to take care of us. If we're going to have a chance at this game, we got to take care of the pack first, and we got to do things right. Excuse me. We got to do things the right way, and we got to clean up our mistakes. So,
well, it's going to be a first down game, isn't it? If you hold them down on first down, put them in second and third and long. Conversely, on offense, you don't want to be behind the chains, as they say. You want to have, second and manageable to be able to do a lot of different things.
For sure. Our defense did an unbelievable job in the last 2 games, to be honest with you, of getting off the field on third down. Last week UTPB was 7 of 24.
Yeah, it was
on third and fourth down. And that's unheard of. 2 of 6 on fourth down.
Right.
And those aren't fourth and longs.
No, they were some very manageable situations.
And they were huge at the time. Those are
huge.
Those were momentum stoppers and starters for you guys. I thought, we talked about it on the air. Those fourth down stops, they carry so much weight.
They do. It's a turnover essentially. Is what it is. And we talked as a team. Our keys to victory is offensively. We got to stay ahead of the sticks. We got to. We want to average 4 yards on first down. If we can average 4 yards on first down, that's going to give us an opportunity second down to get us into third and short. But I know that this team is very well coached. They've got some very, very good athletes, and they play extremely hard. And so it's going to be fun.
And finally, Phil, I'm sure you're looking forward to seeing a big house and to see a nationally ranked team against. Now you're nationally ranked. This is 2 heavyweights going at it.
Yeah, it is. And my brother was texting me on Monday or Tuesday, or he's like, when do the rankings come out? I was like, dude, I don't care.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
We know where they are.
The only ranking that matters is the one at the end of the year. Right. And again, all that other stuff is just fluff for everyone else to talk about. That does not matter in our locker room. It does not matter in our team. we need to worry about going 1-0 this week.
I did point out to the AFCA that you were 2-0, not 1-0.
Yeah, they need to know that. All right, that's going to wrap things up here tonight. Remember, we have the ball game for you on Saturday night, 5:30 the pregame show, 6 o'clock kickoff, or 6:02 to be exact for television purposes, but we'll have it for you. Just think 6 o'clock, 5:30 the pregame right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. Joe and I will be there for it. Special thanks to Ben Greenberg, Sports Information Director at CSU Pueblo, giving us all the information we need here. Paul Plinsky in the house tonight as well, the Athletic Director. Special thanks to everybody here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Ryan Howard back. Ryan, thanks for everything. And Demi,
thanks, Ryan.
Great job as usual. Rustler Implement and Steel City Solar and Roofing, our sponsors. Special thanks to head coach Phil Vigil, our guests Kia Scipio and Reggie Retzlaff as well. For Joe Servey, I'm Jim Brooks. Good night, everybody.